How does a brick and mortar business get customers even when they're not open? Oleg Vyadro can help you with that. He is the CEO and co-founder of imageSurge, and welcome to the Language of Business.
Thank you.
What does imageSurge do?
Well, our main product is the intelligent brick and mortar storefront. It's a technology that converts any ordinary storefront window display into a through-the-glass touch interactive experience.
Are your products on the inside of the glass or the outside of the glass?
So the product is behind the glass. And one of our propositions is that in 2 hours we'll take any storefront, any glass without any modification to the infrastructure, and we'll convert that into a touchscreen.
So how then is somebody able to interact with it?
By just touching the glass.
So even though you have a glass pane that's the outside of a store and your product's on the inside, you can actually have them interact with it?
Regardless if it's one pane or two panes, it makes no difference. You can interact with the glass even after the store is closed.
And is this patented technology?
We have patents filed on double pane windows, which is very significant. 80% of all glass out there is double pane, low E, energy efficient glass. Most of the new construction, 100% of new construction is double pane glass. So our big difference is that we can work with double pane glass. We don't have to replace windows ever. You
mentioned while preparing for this interview, when I asked you what your most memorable pivot was, you said everyone pivots. Yeah. What do you mean by that?
Well, I think that, any company, particularly a technology company, is always pivoting in some respect, correct? Whether it's how you develop the product, whether it's your relationship with your employees, your partners, you always are adjusting to some degree, always changing direction to some degree. You have to do that to stay competitive. Now, we do a lot of pivoting when it comes to thinking about the next features of the product. We have a platform that runs in the storefront. So we have to listen to our customers to really understand where do we go next? What's the next feature that's going to make sense?
But how is that different than just old-fashioned product development?
Well, it's how you define pivoting. And to me, it's like the running back that's running down the field, zigzagging to get to its goal. So I think it's very similar to product development, but I think it's listening more to the customer and reacting. So it's listening and reacting, as opposed to being in an insular kind of environment and making scholastic decisions about how you're going to develop the product.
Which do you think imageSurge does better, listening or reacting?
Those two come together. Those two come together, and you have to listen and you have to distill all the information into what's relevant, and then you have to make a quick decision. When a young company has the advantage of being able to make those decisions, sometimes a little bit better than maybe a larger company.
Is the tail wagging the dog? Are the clients coming to you with changes, or are you suggesting it to them?
Well, I think it's a balance, and many times your customers are they're busy. They're busy with their regular business, right? So you do deliver ideas, concepts, and then you see what the reaction is, and based on that you make certain decisions. And I'll give you an example. One of our big industries is real estate. So in that particular situation, our customers are replacing paper displays that you typically see with an interactive experience where you can come up, you can search listings, and even when the store is closed, you can become a customer for a lead for that business. Well, one of the things that we discovered is that real estate brokers also enjoy putting other types of content,
sure,
right? They like putting information about an art show in the community. We have customers in Chicago that put up Cubs congratulatory messaging after the Cubs won the World Series. And talking to customers, we've learned that that's something they really love. It's a small little feature, but they love it. They love putting other content. So based on that, there was a little bit of a pivot in terms of where we allocate our resources in product development.
When you go through your pivots, how patient are your investors?
I think if there's a rationale behind it and there's a history of good decision making, they tend to be more patient.
And how about your customers? If they had purchased version 2.0 of your product and you're now in version 3 or 4.0, what do you do with your legacy customers?
We update every customer with new features. So it's an ongoing platform that gets updated on a regular basis. So everybody's on the same page. Everybody gets the benefit of the latest features.
Oleg, thank you.
Thank you.
Oleg Vyadro, CEO and founder of imageSurge.